Rabbits. She's the daughter of Tammy and Mike Kuba, and her project is entitled Kickin Cancer.
As she said, my project is Kickin Cancer. You have cancer. On May 1st, 2012, these are 3 words that changed my life. I was an average 14-year-old. I played 4 sports competitively, had no family history of cancer, and took care of my body. I thought it was a mistake when I was diagnosed, but it wasn't. I had cancer. Of course, getting this news, you would assume that you'd be sad or angry, but most of all, it's just uncertain. I knew my life was about to change drastically, but I just didn't know how yet. Spending time at the University of Iowa in pediatric oncology, it really opened my eyes. I couldn't feel sorry for myself or my situation when sitting next to me was a 9-year-old boy that was told he would not see his 10th birthday, or a 9-month-old baby who was under 2nd brain surgery. It just reminded you that cancer is really all around you. It was kind of like when you get a new car and you drive down the road and then you suddenly realize all the cars that are like yours. It was during my medical visits I knew I wanted to use my personal experiences to do something to raise awareness for this cause. It was kind of like President Hoover's famous quote, "I was on a slippery road to public service. I knew I had to do something to help others." So let's fast forward 1 whole year after my treatment. Just to give you some background on information on how I got to my latest stewardship mission for Kickin Cancer. For my 16th birthday, I was on a mission to do something to raise awareness. I developed this project called Concert for a Cure. For my birthday, I decided to put on this Concert for a Cure, mainly to recognize all those people who would not see their next birthday. I began talking to people and researching and asking for help and planned a Concert for a Cure. I related to Hoover's Belgium lace relief efforts. He was quoted saying, "If you tell them what is needed, they will give you anything and everything." I wrote letters and talked to people, and they responded. I promoted Concert for a Cure through local media, businesses, and worked with the Lynn Area Cancer Association. After hosting a benefit and a silent auction, I raised $7,000 and an additional for cancer research, and then an additional $2,500 for patient support. I was named the American Cancer Society Honorary Survivor of the Year in 2014 for my innovation for fundraising efforts. While this event was awesome and raised a lot of money, there was one thing that was missing. I realized that I really didn't get a vast majority of people involved. So for my next mission, I decided that I was going to do something that I loved, which was sports, and combine that with another passion of mine, which was pediatric cancer and fundraising and promoting awareness for it. Now to my latest cancer awareness initiative, and for the reason for me being here today, Kickin Cancer. I continue to have 3 goals in mind. I have had, with all my fundraising efforts, I really wanted to raise awareness, raise money, and then in addition to all this, inspire others to get involved too. After some changes from my original plan, I originally decided to do a softball tournament. But then later on, as I was thinking about it, I decided to do a kickball tournament because I figured that would cover a more vast majority of people to participate in the event, and they'd be less afraid of kicking a ball than having to swing a bat. I met with my high school athletic director to set up a date and to reserve our 2 softball fields at our high school. The date was selected, and I contacted people to form a committee. My committee consisted of my coaches, my parents, the American Cancer Association staff, and a few friends of mine. There was a lot of preparation to get involved with setting up. I had to set up a checking account, secure volunteers, design a t-shirt, communicate with teams, have local sponsors, ensure that our concession stand is open, so when people get hungry or thirsty after playing competitive kickball. And then getting an announcer for the event, and then I also, most importantly, had to market the event. A few weeks later, I had 6 amazing sponsors, which helped pay for t-shirts and extra expenses. I worked with the sponsors to get their logo to put on the back of a t-shirt. These are the forms. On the left, I have the letter that I sent out to the local sponsors, just explaining what I was doing and what I was trying to get them to help with. And then on the right was a sign-up sheet where they would put their business name, how much they were willing to donate, and then I had to get their permission to use their logo to put on the back of the shirt. I marketed this event through, of course, social media like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I also talked to local radio stations, and it was in contact with our local television media. A radio station advertised the event for me. Next, I created a team sign-up sheet. We had originally 10 teams signed up, and I began to communicate with them. Once they got their t-shirt size, team name, and color choice, I moved on to meet with a graphic designer. And these were the team sign-up sheets that we sent out, basically just all the players, their t-shirt size, and then I had them listed team captain so I could communicate with one person from each individual team. I met with the graphic designer and came up with the t-shirt logo and ensured each team had a different color. I thought this might be a good idea to have different colors just because you had 2 teams playing each other, so they first of all know who was who. And then I also thought it was kind of neat because you could say each color represented a different type of cancer. And then the American Cancer Society also decided to donate medals for the first and second place team. I met with my committee of coaches to establish rules, set up the bracket, and determine the format of the event. We originally had 10 teams for this event, but a couple days before the event, 2 teams were unable to make it, so we had to drop down to 8 teams. All 8 teams showed up and played 3 games. Each team could have up to 10 players on their team, and each team cost was about $200. We figured about $20 per person, which included a t-shirt, and the money was going towards a good cause. Some teams sought out local businesses and had them pay their entry fee and sponsor the team individually. We also had silent auction items that were donated in a 50-50 raffle that ran all day to help raise even more money. It was amazing to see how people of all ages participated and came out to support the event. I believe the oldest person we had participating was about 63 years old, and the youngest ranging about 7 years old. So we had a wide variety of people participating, which was great. The feedback throughout the day was very positive, and there's a lot of people that wanted to do it again next year. I got a chance to speak to a few cancer survivors and a few that are currently battling cancer. It just really reaffirmed you of how many people are affected by cancer. I had people contact me at the event and wanted to commit to supporting the tournament next year and provide marketing at their local high schools to get even more people involved. And then these are just more pictures of some of the teams that participated. And then, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, increasing awareness and involvement are 2 important goals for me. I feel like I accomplished both, along with raising $3,000 for cancer research. Like President Hoover, I view it as a mission to help others. If I don't get credit, I don't care if I don't get credit. What I really want is to get others involved and to participate and create awareness. This is important to me, and it just happens to be finding a cure for pediatric cancer. I wrapped up my Kickin Cancer by designing thank you notes that went out to all the participants and sponsors. And we just added pictures from the event so they could see how it all went and how much fun people were having. And then I was presented with a great opportunity from this. One of my sponsors, which was Northwestern Mutual, I'm in hope that they will fully sponsor this Kickin Cancer tournament next year. as I was in contact with one of their regional head guys through the corporation, and he reached out to me and wanted to make this a regional event and have it be a pilot regional event and hopefully make it a national event. We are working together because their goals align directly with mine and their business. They really want to help pediatric cancer out and childhood cancer and find out ways to end it, which are my goals also. I'm looking forward to participate and get them involved, as that'll help me as a pilot to expand this even more and just see where it can take off from there. Ironically, on the day of the event, I was introduced to a young boy named Griffin Talkie. Griffin is a 7-year-old boy from North Liberty, which is just down the street from here. I am sharing this picture and story with you because his family and him are fighting a disease in which there is no cure or viable treatments for, that they have not already tried. His family is preparing for something no parent should ever have to prepare for. Griffin, there are children fighting like him this battle every day. This is what motivates me and inspires me to continue to focus my goals and continue Kickin Cancer and other events. That's why I raised $1,000 in his name to donate to the American Cancer Society and the University of Iowa Hospital. I will always support cancer research because of my personal experiences and witness to several kids like Griffin that are no longer with us today. I feel it's my duty to celebrate their lives and fight pediatric cancer by funding research so we can change the statistic that 1 out of every children with cancer will eventually die, so that cancer won't be a long cause of death in children, so that we decrease the number of children that undergo treatment each year. So we increase the number of treatment options and cures available to kids to kick cancer. I do all of this so that 43 children each day won't hear those words I heard 4 years ago. You have cancer. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions?
If you could do this over, what is one thing you would change?
I don't know, honestly, if I would change anything. I mean, it was a great event. It was great as the first step. That's what I would call it. It'd be the first step on something even bigger. And everyone has to start somewhere. And this is where I ended up starting.
What position do you play in softball?
Third base primarily.
Yes, way to go. I think, tell me some of the hurdles that you have encountered to making the pediatric cancer for people, the awareness of it. You know, you did the kickball, you've done fundraisers, but when people ask you about pediatric cancer, tell me what your reply to them is, and then how do you address getting them involved and wanting to know more?
I guess I would address them by saying, like, everyone knows, I mean, there's a month, essentially, like we're in October right now, it's Associated for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Not many people know that September is Pediatric Cancer Month. It's represented by yellow. I think there was a girl that just made that Pediatric Cancer Month a couple years ago, I think in 2013. So I kind of used that, and that's why I hosted this tournament in September to kind of tie that all in with it. I guess I would just tell them, like, I mean, one of the slides I had up, in the last 20 years, there has only been 3 medications approved for children. That's not very many, and that doesn't cover a vast, I mean, cancer is widespread disease. There's many different strains off of it. So I would just inform them of that information, and then, I mean, people that know me, I do something else every year. Like, we did a 30-second drill for in between basketball games, where at halftime we go and people just put we have our basketball team run around through the stands and they just put their change in the basket. And I think one time we even raised about $500 just doing that. And I gave my speech beforehand and just raise awareness that way.
Fabulous, thank you.
What did you do to create the raffle or auction? Who did you get involved to help you with that?
My softball team was really great. A lot of the parents, we had, I it was a grandpa, one of the girls I played softball with, he made these awesome clocks. They're big clocks. They were customized with our school logos on them and the hands. So we had 2 of those, and they lit up around the outside. They're awesome. The 50-50 raffle, we just went out and bought tickets, and I think we sold 1 for $1, I think 5 for $2, and then you could get an arm's length for like $6. So we just did it that way, and of course people are really willing to help me and support me through this just because it's going to a great cause.
Thank you very much.